Yay. Okay. Hi, everyone. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I'm using the webcam from my Mac. Yay. You can't hear me? Hmm. Let me see. Oh, CamJ says the audio works. Nor, you can't hear me? I'm in business? How do I? Hi, Mary. I'm doing fine. I'm doing well. It's been a challenging few weeks, but I'm on the other side now. You can hear me now, Nor? Good. Okay, wonderful. Are you seeing me or are you seeing my screen? Because I think it asked me to share my screen with you and I didn't know what I was doing. And I did. I'm like, are you just seeing me? Okay, just me, not my screen. Okay. Because I'm like, what do I have there that I might be putting out in the public sphere? Hi. I'm so glad to see you guys. I missed you guys. Guys, I'm not even, my desk was broken. All my furniture just came Wednesday and my desk is broken. So I had asked my brother to put it together for me. And he said he's having a difficult time. I thought it would be ready for today and it's not. So I'm using a part of my desk. So I don't even have I'm just using like this to, do my cursor, and it's just a little hodgepodge setup. But I was like, I could not delay it anymore. I missed you guys. I want to get back into the swing of things. So I'm so glad. Okay, good to go. Thank you, Cam J. So I'm glad that I was able to join you guys again. And wow, it's been a long 3 weeks. It's crazy, guys. I'll fill you in over time. The drama, it's not even over. The drama is not even over. But I got to where I'm in Florida. So from California all the way to Florida, I got to Florida safely, thank God. And I told you I would have more room. I have an office now, so I can uh, stream and tape videos in privacy. So, you know, where I was, I didn't have that much privacy. So it was hard to video and get online and do lives. I had to be, trying to get space and time to do it where I would not be interrupted. But now we can stream and video as much as we want because I have a space for it. So, and also, guys, I got the go ahead to reapply for partnership with YouTube, but I haven't. Away from being busy with the move, I don't think they're going to approve me because I don't get enough views on my videos. So I'm just racking my brain thinking maybe we should, I'm going to try and do a few more videos and a few more lives for them to judge from that and not the past content to see if maybe that will entice them to make me a YouTube partner. So, oh, thank you so much, Cam J. You're so kind. Yes, Sherry, I'm in Florida. I'm in Florida. My friend convinced me. I used to live in Florida and then I moved as a writer, a creator. My friends convinced me. They're like, come to LA. That's where you'll get stuff going. I went to LA and I worked in the industry and everything. Created, well, not created, but wrote some scripts. Had some come very close to being produced, but it's a very difficult industry to get a foot in. I was even working with, I think I told you guys the story. I was working with CAA to get a TV pilot pitched to CBS. And this was around the time, believe it or not, guys, this was around the time of Scandal, before Scandal. And my script was not like Scandal, but it starred a female lead like Scandal. And it was set in the cop world and it would be based in Miami Beach. And it was a fire pilot. It's so good. And it has, you know me, guys. You're in Tamarack. I know Tamarack. I used to live in Coral Springs, Sherry. So I know Tamarack. I'm not in the southern part of Florida. I'm not in the southeast part of Florida anymore. My friend lives in central Florida and convinced me to come here. And I'm like, oh, it's so different from southeast Florida. But I did a I wrote it with it had to have some elements of romance, and it's a fire script. I think I'm going to share it with you guys on Patreon. And so an agent at CAA loved it, and I was working on it. I had to rewrite it for CBS, pitched for pitch. So I got close with a few of my projects. So it didn't go through. And then I had a horror film that I wrote. I told you guys about it, and I was going to. I had a lot of producers asked to buy it, but I thought, no, I want to produce it. I think I could produce it. And so I got with an entertainment lawyer who was going to have me pitch to several studios. And then because his reader read it and gave it A pluses across the board. And we were getting ready to pitch to some studios, but then he wanted me to take out an element, and I would not. It's a very important element of the story for me. So I decided to go independent and see if I could produce these things independently. So I've been working in the industry, building relationships, working on sets, know the ins and outs. I even became a SAG member. I'm not an actress, but I became a SAG member because what I did, I would do stand-in work. I stood in for Angela Bassett. I would stand in for actresses. Sometimes they don't even look, I don't look like them, but usually they try to match you with the height. And oh, thank you. Thank you, Nor. They match you with the height and the complexion, because what stand-ins do is that it's shooting on set. It takes, it's long hours, very long hours. So if you have an actress that's going to have a long day of filming, what happens is that the first thing they do, the crew comes, everybody comes, makeup, everybody comes, and the actress has her trailer. She goes and she relaxes, or look at her script, and then starts to get ready, hair, wardrobe, whatever. So if she's going to be in like a cream blouse, she's going to be filming in a cream blouse today. I come in, I'm called the second team. The actress would say Angela Bassett, she's first team. So I come in, I'm second team. And what I would do is that the first thing I would do, I go to the principal. The principal are the stars, the stars of the show. The principal's trailer. I'm in Central Florida, between Orlando and Tampa, Mary. So yeah, I've never lived in this part of Florida, so it's very interesting. So it's like I go and okay, good idea, Nor, to put posters in behind me, and then so I go to the stylist, the wardrobe, for the principal, and I tell them I'm Angela stand-in today. So, and they say, okay, she's going to be in cream today. Do you have a cream top? And I was like, oh, I brought blue, I brought red, but I don't have cream. So they give me a top similar to hers, and I put it on. And then they're like, okay, second team, we're ready for you. Hi, Rashida. Yay, Rashida is here. So I go to, they're like, second team, we're ready for you. That means they're ready on set. So what happens the first thing I go on set, they have a rehearsal. And the rehearsal, they rehearse the scene and I watch. So I see where she moves, whatever. Then she goes to her trailer to get ready, because she's rehearsing, so she's not fully made up, dressed, whatever. So I go to my trail. She goes to her trailer, and then I go to set, and they start lighting. They start lighting how, okay, so they're like, okay, oh, I stood in for someone that played a psychiatrist in Joker 2. So I was sitting there, and the guy that stands in for Joaquin Phoenix supposed to be sitting across from me, but for some reason Joaquin didn't feel like going to go get ready or go relax in his trailer. So he sit across from me. So it was me and Joaquin Phoenix just sitting and staring at each other. Right? So so Joaquin is sitting and I'm sitting and we're staring. And while we're just sitting there, just staring at each other, or then someone comes in and start talking to Joaquin, or talk to me. The lighting people, the DP, the cinematographer, he's like, hi Nadine. I was like, hi. So he starts lighting, and then he would say, turn to the left. Let me see now. Turn. He's like, okay. And he'd tell his electrician, fix that, do that light, do that. And he's like, okay, now Nadine, get up and walk over to Joaquin. So I get up and I walk over. So while the actors are getting ready or relaxing or going over their scripts, I help the lighting team and the cameras set up. Like the camera would say, put your chair over to, a little more and put your chair to the right. So I do that. And so then when the actors come back, if they changed like what they rehearsed, then I speak to them and said, okay, so this is what, instead of doing this, they want you to do that, whatever. And they're like, okay, thank you, and whatever. So I did that. And so I became a member of SAG-AFTRA, even though I'm not pursuing acting. So I get to vote, guys. I get to vote, and I get to vote for the president. I get to vote for well, not every year. For each year, they select a few people in SAG to nominate. So not every SAG member gets to nominate. Every SAG member gets to vote, but not nominate. And there has been, the year I got to nominate was the year of the first Black Panther. And I got to nominate Black Panther and everybody in Black Panther. And I nominated Denai for supporting actress. um, yeah, so I nominate, and then I voted, and I voted for Black Panther. I voted for Denai, and but she didn't get nominated for Best Actress, though I thought, and I still think she should. So I was on a nominating committee, and I met her. I get to go as a nom on the being on the nominating committee. They woo you. The studios woo you. So I got to go to a lot of parties. I go to, Soho in Beverly Hills, West Hollywood. I went to CAA. I went to I went to Disney Studios, which I go all the time for work, but I go to Disney Studios, and I go to some hotels, and because they have a lot of events, and they smooze you. I met Kevin Feige, I met Ryan Coogler several times. He is fantastic. He's so humble, he's so down to earth, he's so genuine. He's who he is. He's no pretense. One of the best human beings I've ever met, bar none. Not just the industry, bar none. Ryan Coogler, one of the best people I've ever met. I met Denai. Denai's full of energy, and she took my hand, and because I spoke to her, I spoke with her, and who was it? What's her name? Who played Chadwick's love interest in Black Panther? I don't know why. Lupita. I spoke to her and Lupita because I wrote a film that I wanted both Lupita and Denai to star in, and I spoke to them about it. And Denai is very earnest. She's very genuine. She's very sharp, and she doesn't suffer fool gladly. I remember Lupita saying that she doesn't suffer fools gladly. How I say Sasha. No, I didn't. I didn't ask for a photo with Denai. I should have. I met Ruth Carter. I met Ruth Carter working. And she was lovely with me. I met her on Dolomite, but I also met her and Denai when Denai was helping her campaign for best costume for Black Panther. And Denai, that's when I spoke to Denai. And Denai, when she held my hand, and she's very, she has a very firm handshake. She's remember how when I'm doing reacting to The Walking Dead, and I was like, Sasha is that type of person, that type of girl that you want to be friends with, and you want her to like you because she's so cool. That's who Denai is. Denai in real life. Michonne is cool, but Denai's that girl. Denai's that girl that you want to impress because she's so cool, and you want her to think well of you. And you know who reiterated that? Lupita. Lupita is like, Denai is like, when you meet her, she's so impressive as a person and so together. You straighten up, and you want her to think highly of you. And I got that vibe with her. I'm not an extrovert or anything, but if I vibe with you, I can, but I was nervous around Denai. Something about her, and Lupita said it, you have to be on your P's and Q's with Denai. Lupita said it, and Scarlett Johansson said that about Denai. You want Denai to like you, that cool girl. So, you're like, oh, let me straighten up and be, So, yeah, so it was very cool. So yeah, being on the nominating committee, I met a lot of stars. I met a lot of executives. Yeah, as I told you, I met Kevin Feige. I met Ryan Coogler. I met lovely Chadwick. He's so lovely. I met Denai. I met Lupita. Lupita was sweet. And Denai was she made me know, she was impressive. She was like, very sharp. I met Viola Davis. Now, Viola Davis is an interesting story. It's all about perception. So I didn't approach her because I didn't know what she was thinking. I didn't know she didn't seem open, and that's just my perception. So I could have been reading things wrong, but I was just like, she stood there and she was watching everyone. So I was just like, let it be. But I did approach and speak with Daniel Kaluuya, who he's very impressive. I don't know why well, I heard stories that, why he's not been acting a lot lately, but Daniel Kaluuya, cool guy. And yeah, I met a lot of people in the industry, but it's a tough industry. It's an industry about who you know. You could be the most talented, gifted performer. You could be the most talented, gifted writer. You could be the most talented, gifted producer. It doesn't matter. In Hollywood, it's all about not just who you know, but who knows you. Because you could know someone, but if the person isn't powerful enough or have the access to help you and want to help does and they want to help you, that's where the money is. It's about relationships and who has the in and who has the power. So guys, I didn't want to waste any more time. I know what I wanted to do, and I didn't want to keep trying to get people to um, see what I was doing and help me, get access to the funding or whatever. Because the money's there. There's a lot of money there. There's a lot of money, but it's who they want to. It's what kind of stories they want to tell and who they want to elevate. Because just like I was telling you with AMC, Negan only appeals to a small subset of fans, but they will give him all the green light. They would give him all the access. They will give him all the funding because whoever is in charge for green lighting and funding the projects likes him, likes Jeffrey Dean Morgan, and likes Negan characters. So it's all about, it's like if I had a studio, and you don't have to have a big lot. You don't have to have a Warner Brothers lot. You don't have to have a Universal Studios lot. And Warner Brothers and Universal Studio lots are the best lots. So you don't have to have a studio to be able to produce. If you just need the money, if you can produce and distribute or partner with a distributor, you can get your stuff out there. The theaters will work with you now. You don't have to be a part of the big studios. It's just if you can get people to go see your stuff, you can, so it's just money, and money is there. But the people running the studios and the people with the money have agendas, and their type of stories and types of ideologies that they want to push out there. So it's tough, and I didn't want to still be in that position of trying to get people to fund my projects when the ideology when they have no interest in elevating stories that I want to tell. So I'm like, why am I wasting my time? So there's another reason. There's a main reason I'm not going to share with you guys right now because it's very personal, and it's not. It's a relationship, but it's not a romantic relationship. It's a relationship with God. Just told me it's time, and there are things that I want to do, while I'm still young. Some people will say you're not young anymore, but in my eyes, I'm still young. So there's the things that I want to do. I want to Yes, Rashida, I want to grow my own food. I want to eat clean. Because a lot of the food we're eating, guys, the way they're producing it, the pesticides, I just learned that I love spinach. Spinach is one of the most highly um, poisoned food, with pesticides, with forever chemicals and all of that stuff. So I want to start planting my foods and everything. So even though I moved to Florida, it's not my final destination, guys. Remember, I told you I'm in transition? This is a transition. So I'm sharing this with you. This is very personal. I'm not going to share everything because it's not just you. Anybody can watch this, and so, but I personally, I want to go to another place, and that place where I'll be able to grow my own food. And guess what, guys? I think I will be able to produce the things that I want to produce. I will be able to produce my scripts because it's very expensive to film in California. It's very expensive to film in certain places, and there's a lot of restrictions. So I think, hopefully that in the future, with the things that I would like to do, I'll be able to produce my stuff. So I'm no longer trying to get Hollywood or to get into the studio system to try to find someone who will want to fund my projects. I'm done with that because I finally understood that they're just not interested. They have their own stories and agendas to put out, and they don't mesh with mine. They don't they're not interested in funding like people like me and my stories and things that want to do and stories I want to tell. So I'm like, why keep knocking on doors that work with who wants to work with you. That's the key. Work with who wants to work with you, and that's what I'm going to do. And so this is a transition, and that's why I moved. So it's part of it, guys. And even now, where I am, I'm not planting my own foods, but I got, I bought a little mint plant, and I bought a little thyme plant, and I bought a little um, orange bush, and I bought a little lemon tree, and I put them in a small little pots, and they're blooming. They're just, oh my gosh, my little lemon tree. I put my not lemon, my little mint plant. I put her in the sun, and it's wilted, and I was like, oh my gosh. And I took her inside, and the next day it's like nothing happened. It's so amazing, guys. So the pit, yeah, I didn't work on the pit, but when I went to work on another show at Warner Brothers, I saw uh I saw them filming the pit. So yes, grow my own food and all of that stuff. So yeah, that's why I moved, guys, and it was very challenging, but I'll share that with you another time. It is Cam J. The Pit is filmed at Warner Brothers. Thank you so much, Sherry. I really appreciate that. I've not given up because the stories are fantastic. I love them. And I think they would do very well. It's so funny because I heard that um, Prince Harry and Meghan's just got greenlit for a show from for Netflix about polo. And one of the shows, no, not shows, movies that I wrote had is set in Wellington, Florida, close to where I used to live. And because Wellington, Florida is known as the polo capital of the United States. And of course, polo, there's a polo match in my film, and it's a part of the story. It's not based on polo, but that was a part of it. So, when I heard that, I was like, oh my gosh, they're gonna do a polo series, and that's part of my film. I was like, oh, I wish I could film my story. It's a romantic, it's beautiful, guys. It's filmed in Wellington and it's titled Wellington, and it's the film that I wanted Denai to star in. And I don't think it's because I wrote it a while ago, and it would have been perfect back then, but too much time has passed. So um Denai is aged out of the part, so I'll have to find another star. But who could I find as dynamic as Denai to be the female star of my movie? But hopefully, I'll find another actress that can pull it off, because this role is huge. It would have made Danai is a star, but this role would have made her a mega star because it would be her. She would be carrying this film, and It's not a comedy. It's a romantic drama, and it's beautiful. It's about love. It's about familial love. It's about romantic love. It's about sibling love. It's just and it's set in two continents. I aged the character up back then, Nor, to around the age, to fit Denai, because I wrote the lead with Denai in mind, just like Ryan Coogler wrote the Okoye for with Denai in mind. But it wouldn't work anymore, because it would not work if I aged. It wouldn't work. Yeah, it wouldn't work if I aged up the character anymore. So yeah, it wouldn't work. It would have worked back then if I was able to produce it back then at the time that I pitched it to Danai. And I pitched it to it's the same film that I wanted Lupita to be a part of, because Lupita would have played Danai's younger sister. And would you believe it? I had in mind, and guys, I wrote this before. I wrote this. I'm trying to remember because I was on a nominating committee for Black Panther. I'm trying to remember if I wrote this before Black Panther aired. I can't remember. But I had Yes, Cam J, I'm turning it into a novel. That's what I wanted to share with you guys. I'm gonna, I wrote the script because you write scripts in the present tense. And remember, I told you I have a horror, she wouldn't fit it, Sherry. Yeah. It's, Kiki is wonderful, and Kiki's wonderful, and Kiki proved she can carry a film, but this needs a superstar. It needs, because Denai is known to international audiences. Um, so it needs And at the time, because one of the things I have to prepare when pitching a film to the actors and to financiers and studios for distribution, one of the things you have to do is know things like Q score and stuff. Danai at the time when I was pitching this movie was known as the number one um, black, not just black actress, the number one um, actress in America. Her Q score, because of Black Panther, was through the roof. So it the possible the what the metrics they did is that they interview people internationally around the world to ask them what if a movie was filming, if a movie was screening, which if this actor was starring it, would you be more likely to see the film or would you be less likely? I can't remember. It was a research company that did this. I didn't commission it. I just came across it and it had Denia as number one. And I was like, I put that in my pitch book. I was like, yes, so I'm like, here you have it. She would get butts into seat for this film. But Kiki, as good as she is, she's not that well known internationally. And to this movie, as I said, it's filmed, it's set, and it would be filmed in more than one continent. And it's based on a very well-known and beloved novel. So the IP has a huge fan base. So for one, it would have the fan support already, but I had to put a star in that was beloved all around, internationally, not just nationally. Kiki is more a national treasure. Um, but I don't know. Who knows? If I ever get to the point where I can produce this movie, we'll have auditions, and who someone that I never thought could do it may blow me away and be that character. But this character is very well known. This because it's from literature. So Cam J, as you said, put it in a novel. My horror film, I wrote it as a script, present tense, and I translated it into a novel. I adapted it to a novel and I put it in present tense. And I had someone edit it for me, and they're like, people don't read in the present tense. But I was just like, I was being stubborn. I was like, leave it at that. So I haven't um, marketed this book yet because I still want to produce it as a movie. And I was waiting to see if I could get it produced first before I tried to push it as a novel. And then because it's written in the present tense and most people don't like reading novels in the present tense, I'm thinking of going back and try to redo it in the past tense. But what do you guys say if I share the horror novel with you? It may not be to everyone's taste. It's a how would I put it? It's horror. That's the genre, but it is a faith-based uh, faith-based supernatural horror. So it might not be to everyone's, taste. But what do you think if I share this novel with just you guys? I'll put it on Patreon and I'd share it with you guys and you read it and you tell me if you think it would be better to leave it in the present tense or put it in the past tense. I don't know, Rashida. I've never watched Lovecraft. No, no. Zendaya could do the role, but Zendaya is overexposed. I want to give someone else a chance, Nor. So I'll share it, with you guys. I have it, it's on Amazon, but I have not marketed it. So it's on Amazon, and so I if you guys would read it and then share with me what you think. If you think I have you guys be my editors, and you will give me feedback. And if based on your feedback, I'll fix the book. I just don't think it's ready, but I'll fix the book and market it. And maybe if I market it and it does a little better, maybe I can use that money to, produce it to in the place I'm going. Second, I have the script for the Deny movie the movie I wanted Deny to star in. Now, that one, guys, it's not faith based, it's not supernatural, it's not horror. This is just a straight up adaptation of one of the most beloved books in history. But you guys think Rick and Michonne are it? Well, this book, this film is like Rick and Michonne all over again. It's beautiful. I love it so much, guys. I know you guys will love it. So, this one is present tense, and I'm adapting it to the book, but I'm putting it in the past tense, but I've not finished it. I've not finished adapting it. So, what I may do based on your feedback for the other, I don't know. I don't know, guys. You guys want to, okay, I'm going to give you the choice. Which one of the books, the love story, the script is finished. It's ready. You're too smart, Cam J. The script is not ready. Sorry, the script is ready, but the book is still being adapted. What say I adapt the book chapter by chapter with you guys? You guys, would you guys want to be my editor in helping me adapt my script to the book? Or you tell me which one you want to do first. If you want to read the horror genre, the faith-based supernatural horror genre, or do you want to help me adapt the book, the script to the book for the movie? The romantic movie. You guys you're saying yes, but you don't tell me which one you want to do. Oh, Sherry wants the faith base. All right. Well, it's done. All right. So that one is done. So okay. So Sherry wants the horror. Okay. All right. Rashida says the horror. Okay. So I'll share. I haven't looked at it. It's been on Amazon forever. I'll look at it on Amazon and lower I don't know what Amazon has it up there for, because I'd put one price and Amazon put it for another price. So I'll put it for, I don't know if they'll allow me to put it for $1, because I want to do that for you guys, but I'll see. And then I'll put it up, I'll fix the amount and put the link. You guys get it for me. And because it would be better if Amazon just sends it to you guys. If you have a Kindle, you can read it like that or something. Oh, really? Okay. Okay. So we'll do the horror first. Okay. So I'll post the link. Cam J, I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you another way, Cam J. So and those that are not on Patreon, I'm trying to see. Let me give you my, you know what? Um do they have DMs on YouTube? I don't know. I don't know. Hold on. Hmm. I'm going to the community section. They don't have DMs on the community section. Because I would DM, I know all you guys that are here today, I will DM you privately. Let me see. So, you know what we'll do? Yeah, but not everyone is on Patreon, nor. I'll do most of it on Patreon, but for those that are not on Patreon, I'll do ooh, I'm trying to see. There's none on YouTube. So, hmm. Can you do a live? Can you do a live on YouTube, like a private live, like only certain people can access it? I'm trying to get hmm. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. So we'll do it in Patreon, and for those not on Patreon, I'll find a way to get the link to you. And then we'll discuss. We'll do a live. I won't announce it. I'll just message you guys when to come, and we'll do a private chat. We'll do it on Patreon, and we'll do it a private chat. For those not on Patreon, we'll come and catch up everyone here too. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Oh gosh. So, oh gosh, it's pretty late. Do you guys still want to do The Walking Dead reaction? We'll do a quick, just go through the episode because I had so much. I hadn't seen you guys in so long. We have so much to catch up on. It's 10. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's just an hour. You guys want to do? Okay, let's. You know what? I was going to open another window, but let me go get my iPad and I'll just do it. watch it on my iPad and I can share it with you, the screen with you. I'll be right back. Okay. Okay. Let's pull up The Walking Dead. Okay, guys. Michael Satrazemis directed this episode. Heart still beating. Okay, let's put it here. Messenger. What's Messenger, Rashida? Ouch, 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 ouch. Okay. We should create a group called the editors. You guys will be the editors. You're gonna be my editors. Right? Facebook. Oh, Facebook Messenger. Oh, I have Facebook, but I don't use it. So, but we should do like the you guys are a new group called the editors. It's a closed group to just you guys. Uh, let me see. I do? What did I do? Oh no. Okay. Okay. Beginning, guys. Maggie's sitting at Glenn's grave. I think that's what's the redhead's name again? Abraham. Oh. Mm. I have to turn it down because there's music and they're gonna copyright me for that. She's climbing up. She's at Hilltop because that's where they buried them. Why would they bury them at Hilltop and not Alexandria? Oh yeah, because she wanted to go to Hilltop. So, and there's Gregory. You're ahead of me, Rashida.
I know people are saying things, nice things about you and Sasha. They are. They are. Not the other night.
How do I do this?
I think you saved the place. Don't let it go to your head.
Don't let it bother you. Seems like
Go up there.
you're gonna eat that.
Yes.
Eduardo said, dude, she's pregnant. Give her the apple. Ew. Do you see that scaling on his skin? Dude, get some moisturizer. Has Negan shaving. And oh, look at little Judy's face. And Carl need to cover his eye. And Dara looks pathetic. I know, you saw that door? Ew. Oh, somebody left a note for him? Yeah, Judith is my favorite Judith. So sweet, so cute. Look at him in Rick's house, Rick and Michonne's house. Ugh.
Here's the damn lemonade. I had some in my kitchen. Tastes like it. Thank you. Hey.
There's an arrow. What is that? Share screen. Oh.
No.
Hmm.
They told me.
Should I mess with it, guys, to see? Hold on.
I'm gonna do that. You should go. We're about to sit.
He is. He is Sherry.
need another setting.
Well, I'm not gonna mess with it because I might mess up the stream. Oh, I forgot Rick and Aaron were on this scavenger hunt. Oh God, all those walkers just slurpy and gross in that water.
Going to pretend you didn't just say that. Seeing this through.
How do I get it to? I'm trying to.
I'm not waiting for you to. Is hungry. Carl, pass the rolls.
He is a nutcase. Like Carl passed the roll. Like it's a normal dinner time, and everything is hunky dory. I'm gonna skip the intro, guys. So there's Eugene. I had to think about it.
You look like shit, which means you fought for this. You did your job. Get it? Not like that. Negan likes that. It's good to hear.
You play your cards right, maybe I'll show you where we live. Maybe I'll buy you a sandwich.
Just tell me when.
You like watching Haircut?
Yes. I mean,
You mean to get the hell out of here. Now!
Oh, pomegranate. Oh. Really, Rashida? No, he wasn't, nor. You said before Negan turned evil. When was he not evil? Oh, my least favorite part is here, guys, with Morgan chasing you know who and being spoken down to. Yeah. She wants to be left alone. Leave her alone. Please. Oh my gosh. Don't annoy us with her disrespecting you. And here comes another, and here comes another, because everybody has to force themselves to prostrate themselves to this character while she insults them. It's just, who on earth would find that entertaining? I don't know. I don't. Oh, I've never seen that episode, Rashida. And you said before he turned evil, didn't he cheat on his wife who had cancer? So when was he not evil? Oh, here's Ricky Doodah Grimes playing with some slurpy zombies. Ugh, that water must be stank. Stank, stank, stank. Right. So what do you mean before he turned evil, Rashida? He cheated on his wife with her best friend. I didn't even know that part. That's pretty evil. Don't jump in, Rick. You better go home to Michonne. Rick stays in the boat calling Aaron, but if it was Carl or Michonne in that water, he would be jumping in. Carl, Michonne, Judith, he would be jumping. But he's like, Aaron, Aaron. Yeah, that's some hustle, Sherry. But if I fell into that water full of zombie, I don't want somebody calling out to me. I want them to come and get me. Rick is like, I have to go home to Michonne. Sorry, Aaron. Aaron, get out of the water. Oh my gosh, Daryl is so filthy. Poor thing. Well, he got himself in that position, you know. The actual poor thing is Glenn. Poor Glenn. He's too hot headed, Daryl. Did he know it was what's his name's room before he saw the little miniature statue? Dwight's. Did Daryl know it was Dwight's room when he ran in? Rick is so sexy. Just walking out, like the walking out of the boat, that swagger. Oh my gosh, he's lucky Michelle. Oh, so he didn't know. Okay. Michonne doesn't think this is living.
Making no choice like this. We're living how we did. Free. It's hard. It's giving up everything right up into your own life. But either your heart's beating or it isn't. Your loved ones' hearts are beating or they aren't. We take what they give us. Believe me.
Well, you have support in Aaron, Rick. Oh, the boots of the junkyard people. It does, Sherry. Oh, I forgot about Michonne and this lady. You know, the lady in the car, this woman, she looks like the lady that was in the episode with Carol and Maggie, doesn't she? I always get confused when I see her because I'm like, isn't she supposed to be dead? You know? Why does she look so familiar? Do you guys know what I'm talking about? But yeah, yeah, she looks like her, doesn't she? They're both redheads, but this woman, she's a dyed redhead. Okay. But they look alike, I'm telling you. Yeah, the same boat episode, but that's not her, but they look alike, don't they? Well, I know it couldn't be her because that other character died, but boy, wow. That is a green screen. They're not really, they look so fake. She doesn't care, Michelle. Michelle is telling her thought process. That woman doesn't care. But I was saying the driving scene, the outside shot, I think they use green screen. I filmed something like that before. It looks, when I filmed it, it looks so fake. So that's why I sort of recognize that they use green screen for that. And we're back. I was listening to Enid and Sasha. Sasha is so pretty. But now we're back to Snooze Town. Richard, this character seems so tortured. He was uncomfortable to watch, not because he wasn't portraying the role well. It just he was so miserable. You know, things don't always have to be, happy go lucky or whatever, but it's not fun watching misery. Nor says Enid was all about me, 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 didn't care about anyone else and ran away a lot. I agree, Cam J. Enid was fun. I was never a fan of the Enid character. She was just like, oh, next. Yeah, whenever the scenes focused on her, I sort of clocked out. I found the character boring and annoying. And annoying is not enjoyable to watch. Miserable is not enjoyable to watch, and boring is not enjoyable to watch. She was just a boring character to me. Just nothing enticed me about the character. Rashida said, I know everyone loves Enid, but I thought she was so annoying. No, I thought she was annoying. I didn't love Enid. You liked her in season 9, Diane? I never liked her. I never warmed up to her at no point ever. Yeah, he was very unhappy. It's the zombie apocalypse, everyone was unhappy, but he was miserable. And he made everyone know he was miserable. And he tried to project his misery on everyone. So he wasn't enjoyable to watch. Ah, so they were trying to make her likable, but it didn't work on me, Diane, or maybe I wasn't paying attention. Still, I say boring and annoying. And annoying is even more worse than boring. Well, no, I didn't find Rick miserable at all. I understood Rick's emotion, and Rick didn't try to project his misery on others. And even though he was unhappy at times and depressed or psychotic, it wasn't a constant. There were ebbs and flows, so and that made it interesting. And when he was in a certain state, you could identify, you understood it. It's like I understand this character being miserable. As I said, it's a zombie apocalypse. He's lost people, he's angry, but that it his emotions were just this constantly. There was no downtime, no uptime, no variation to it. So it was just misery, It's just that gets tiring after a while. Oh, I missed that. I was talking. Rosita and Gabriel did not gel. Mm-mm. I didn't like it. They had no chemistry, and there was just no there. That's a coupling that didn't work on any scale. And I don't know of anyone who liked or appreciated this pairing. It just didn't work. Even Rosita and what's that sniveling coward's name again? Diana's son. Even him and Rosita made a little sense. This and Gabriel, no. Rosita, yeah. Spencer, thank you, Rashida. Yes, Spencer and Rosita made sense. She was using him and he, was just trying to get her to like him. But it made sense. This, no. Not an ounce of chemistry, Rashida. I didn't like Tara, so I wasn't shocked about the Pike. The Pike is like, they wouldn't listen. Michelle, they want to have a fear during a time when you had people walking around mixing with the dead and you can't decipher who is who, and you're gonna have a fair and you will gave Michonne flack about keeping her people safe during this time. And, look what happened. Yeah, so I was like, oh well. Yeah, Gabriel did not make sense with Rosita. He didn't make sense with, what's her name? Garbage Pail Lady, Jadis. But Jadis and Gabriel made more sense than Rosita and Gabriel, but none of them. At least they had a little bit more. Jadis and Gabriel had a little bit more chemistry, and I think it's the strength of Jadis as an actress, the actress. She, Rosita is a good actress too, but Jadis is a stronger actress. So and the quirkiness of the character made it like, of course she would even try to be with Gabriel. She was just a weird lady. So they made more sense than Rosita and Gabriel. Yeah, Tara hanging around so long, Tara was just not necessary, in my opinion. Tara's screen time was time that could have been given to Rick and Michonne. Oh, Spencer cleaning up his house. Oh, he's practicing approaching Negan. Yeah, it made sense to me. It made more sense to me because Jadis is weird. Jadis is a weirdo, and of course, it made sense that she would try to get with Gabriel. And besides, he was one of the people that gave her a chance, so she looked at that as, yeah. Oh, Richard. So Negan had killed Richard's family? Is that what it was? You see the tear that Rosita was on, trying to, single mindedly, selfishly go after Negan, and how many people got annoyed with the character. Yeah, it's. I was gonna say it's like that with Richard, but no, it's worse. Richard was worse. It's just they made his misery his character. His they made he was not a three-dimensional character. They made, and that's why it didn't work. And that's why he wasn't an enjoyable character, because that's the only dimension they gave him. Rashida. Oh, Rosita is very pretty. She's so pretty right there. And one of the things they had, Spencer trying to, Spencer liking Rosita and trying to get Rosita to like him. They gave that to Rosita because of how Abraham treated her. So they were trying to, not dog Rosita out. But I find it interesting that that the writers cared that Rosita was not at, ooh. Daryl is going to town on Fat Joey. Um, the writers cared that the perception they cared that there wasn't the perception that Rosita was not desirable. And I find it very interesting that they took such notice of that and cared that they didn't want, they had to have someone um, do like what Abraham did to Rosita. They didn't, they wanted Rosita to have a win where someone was trying to be with her and she was the one rejected. And I find it fascinating that the writers cared and tried to put a balance for Rosita. And they did that with the other female characters. They always tried to portray them as desirable and other people wanting them. And they didn't do that with Michonne. I always found it fascinating that they made sure they took care to not have that perception out there. But they didn't care to do that with Michonne, to show Michonne being desirable to other men, you know. It's like it didn't occur to them to make sure that perception is not that out there by having other men share their interest in the female characters, you know. But for Michonne, they're like they didn't. It's just it didn't occur to them. It's like they didn't treat her as if she was a woman. Oh, you didn't know that, Sherry? Yeah, that's how he got he who Fat Joey had Rick's gun, right? Yeah. He's a narcissist, Diane. He it's people are only useful to him in relation to how it helps him, how it benefits him. So, you know, yeah, Spencer is just a tool. Rick is upset that they're there. He's early.
It's in your house, asshole. Waiting for you.
I hated how they just were just trying to beat down Rick in how it wasn't enough having Negan, emasculate Rick, but they were having his goons too. I'm like, the writers went too far. I did not enjoy this at all. Yeah, they didn't, Sherry. She was not a consideration for them. They didn't view her like they viewed the other female characters, in my opinion. It's not just Rosita, Rashida. Everyone, they had every male character looking out for the female characters, even Eduardo looking out for in the beginning opening sequence, looking out for Maggie. Everybody's looking out for Maggie. Everyone's looking out for Rosita. Everyone's looking out for Carol. And then, it's Michonne. She's like, yeah, it's not it shows that they view her differently. He has to stand there and watch them beat Aaron. It's not this this scene. You got no guts. That was the only time I liked Negan. That was it. Guys, I haven't reached that part yet, guys. Rick is just picking up Aaron. He's Spencer was just telling Negan that Rick showing up changed everything. You know, when Rick showed up, his mother, his brother, his dad died. Gross. He got no guts. That was a shocking scene. It was like Spencer grabbing his guts spilling out of him. That shocked me when I watched it the first time. Wow. And then here comes Rosita with her ridiculous, impulsive self, just like Daryl. Ooh, you know who should have gotten together? Daryl and Rosita. What do you guys think? Rick hears the gunshot. If you're gonna take a shot, don't miss. Right? If you're gonna take the shot, don't miss. Yeah, yeah. I thought Daryl and Rosita would have made a better pairing. I saw the line there. When Arat moved the knife, the line was already there. That was a continuity mistake. You know, they have people on set to watch for that, the script supervisor. So they missed that. Uh, what was her name again? Olivia. Poor Olivia. She didn't deserve that. Rick's face. Yep. Hotheads. Yeah, they should have been together. Two hotheads. Yep. Go off into the sunset together. Oh, look at Rick. So this was the he was like horrified of everything that happened. And look at Spencer. Oh my goodness. He turned quick. I just said look at Spencer and he just turned. All his life, Rashida. Yes, I agree, Sherry. Oh, this scene, which was shot well lit and they darkened it in post. He needs her so much. He's still hesitant. And she pushes him away. Oh, he's confused. He doesn't understand. I know he was so confused when she pushed him away. He was hesitant. He didn't know what to do. He because he still knew she was upset with him. Well, not with him, but the situation. And then when she pushed him away, oh my gosh, that must have punched him in the gut. But now she's explaining to him why. Yes, her eyes are so pretty, her Bambi eyes. Oh, look at him. He loves her so much. We're the ones who live. Was this the first time it was said? Let me go back. We're the ones who live. We get things done. We're the ones who live. Is this the first time she says this? Oh, I went back too far. Oh, the two of us. We're the ones who get things done. You said that. Ugh, I keep missing it. I want to stop it at that frame. We're the ones who live. I just needed to share that. We're the ones who live. What? So, oh, anyway. We're the ones who live. Ha ha ha. Was that the first time she said it, guys? Was that the first time they said it? Oh, okay. Rick said it to Deanna. He's gonna kiss her. He needed that. Michonne is always reaffirming Rick, you know? It's a beautiful relationship. Okay. Okay. Oh, this is when Maggie sees Rick after Michonne kiss some life into him.
You're okay?
Okay. The baby's okay. All of us.
You were right. Right from the start. You told us to get ready to fight. I didn't listen. I couldn't. I can now.
Daryl and Paul Rovia. Aw, this was sweet, Daryl. Sasha and Rosita, with the man between them, Abraham, that didn't fit either. Abraham was a much older man, and these two young women? No. Enid and Carl. Well, that's a sweet smile from Enid, though. Yeah, the cool python is back in. Daddy's hand. Hmm. Rick turns and looks to Michonne, then Carl. Mhm. They have a pep in their step. Did you see Sasha almost? Sasha twisted her ankle. They didn't film it over. They were united here. Were hopeful in the purpose of at least revenging, or not revenging, avenging their loved one's death and getting out under the tyranny of Negan. So this was a nice moment for the group. This moment they felt like a family. You know, they always talk about team family, and season 5, when they were on the road after Terminus and everything that happened, they felt like a family there. They were trying to survive together. It's one of my favorite times with the group. And then Alexandria just was a mess. It was when they got to Alexandria, it just seemed to devolve the group a little. You know, everyone was going through PTSD, which I understand. But now this, this everything that's happened and them coming together to Rick finally, Michonne finally, well, Rick got to that point, but Michonne helped also give him that final, you know, boost to take it to the finish line, to go over, that final boost to get over that last hurdle of doubt. And, their leader is back. And once Rick is on board, and everyone, this is what everyone wanted, but they were all doing it by themselves individually, and you cannot um, win a battle like that. So, once their leader got on board, and now they can work together as a group. So this ended on a very hopeful, positive, and note. And again, it's one of the times that I actually felt like the group was a family. After, later on it devolved again, and they didn't seem like team family in my opinion, but this was one of those times. And I wish the show had not drawn out the battle with the saviors, because it they dragged it out too long. If they had shortened it would have gone over better in my opinion. But not my show, not my circus, not my writing. You liked how they kept it? I think they just couldn't be bothered to redo it. There's just like, because it came together so well. And her trip, she tried to save it. And I didn't notice it when I first watched it. I think it was like social media talked about it, and I went back to watch it. I was like, oh my gosh, she did trip. So it's a nice little Easter eggs. Like, did you see Sasha trip? Mm. This is 7-8. So yeah, the war went on too long. It's just like, oh my gosh, they dragged it out so long. Look what the governor. Those two episodes we thought was being dragged out forever, but look at this. Oh, yes, I enjoyed it too. Thank you, Sherry. Diane said Andrew Lincoln said in an interview the Michonne speech scene was a run through, and she was doing so well he motioned for the cameraman to start filming. Woo! Nice. I didn't know that, Diane. Look at that. Wow. I love Andy. Andy's is he's just so on the ball, you know? He's so on the ball and he's so supportive, you know? He really supported Denai, and he was supportive of everyone, supported, you know, and such a positive person, such a great man, you know, such a supportive, generous. He's a very generous person. He's very giving, and he's very generous. And uh, Denai couldn't have had a better leading man. You know, he was so encouraging, supportive, and he wanted her to shine. He was so generous, you know, and I really it really shows the type of person he is, and I couldn't like him anymore. He's just knowing that he was so generous and supportive, especially in as a writer, seeing some of the biases in the writing against Michonne. It really warms my heart to know that regardless of what was being done, whether intentionally or unconsciously, but there was a bias there, whether it's unconscious bias or conscious bias. There was a bias in the writing, in terms of in regards to Michonne. And it makes me sad. It's one of the things I talk about at, at the beginning of the our chat together, why I'm not no longer pursuing. I wasn't really pursuing the Hollywood machinery or trying to get in with Hollywood. I just wanted funding for my project, and that was, Hollywood. The industry was is the means, to get that. But I it's why I'm consciously disengaging from going through the Hollywood system to share my content. I'm no longer pursuing that avenue, because I'm aware of the biases, So hearing that, Diane, thank you so much. It reinforces and reminds me that it actually, as I said, warms my heart to see, even in the face of that, even in that environment, there was someone there, who wanted Denai to succeed, who wanted Michonne to shine, and even with the the biases, it didn't it, Michonne still rose. Michonne still rose to the top, and that's because of talent. That's because of the character itself. No matter how you try to, it's like light, you know, the darkness might be overwhelming, the darkness might be huge, and the pervasive pervasive, what's the term I'm looking for, item or whatever. But light is so transcendent that if there's darkness, if the light is even if just a minuscule amount of light enters, it will shine, it will be seen. So it's like, regardless of the biases against Michonne, because her the character is so good and the talent behind the character is so good that it cannot be but what it is. It cannot not shine. And to know that Andrew encouraged that and supported that and pushed for that warms my heart, it, because it makes me sad sometimes in watching the episodes and seeing how the writing um, tries to push certain thing and try to devalue certain things. It makes me sad, it makes me unhappy, it makes me sad. It makes me sad, but it makes me happy that to be reminded of things like that, Diane. So thank you so much. And it endears Andy to my heart even more. Such a wonderful man. Yes, Nor, he loves and respects her so much. But even outside of Denai, that's just that's what you hear from his all the cast and all the crew. They always share how that's who Andy is. Andy will always, he's not selfish, he's not a self-absorbed. He wants others to do well, and he supports, and so it just makes me it's just good to know that there are people like that in our world still, because he's a great guy. He's as Danai loves to say, he's an egg, because it's rare to find people like that. And even John Bernthal and others say they would go on sets, and the number one is arrogant, and it's all about him, and it's but Angie changed that culture so that all those people that went on set, when they had their own sets or when they went to other shows, they brought that culture with them that Andy set at The Walking Dead. They didn't try to be divas, and it's because of the influence that and the example that Andy set. And it's great. Why did he say aliens, aliens? Why did Andy say that? And still I rise. Sherry, yes. Yes. So appropriate. And still I rise. That's a true leader and a number one actor. Act like he's a wonderful man. Yes, he is. Yes, I've been on many sets, and trust me, Andy's are rare, very rare. If some people, they're the number one, they're gonna let you know, and they're going to, it's a lot of people have that arrogance, and they let it shine on sets. Cam J says Michonne is the most memorable TV character. I cannot imagine anyone else playing Michonne. Me either, Cam J. Just the nine knocked it out of the park. Oh my gosh. Thank you for staying up with us, Nor. Such a, oh wow. It was so wonderful talking with you and seeing you. Take care. Have a good night, Nor. We love you. I love you. Thank you so much. I missed you so much. And I'll try to do the live a little earlier so that you don't have to stay up so late. Thank you. Take care, Nor. Love you so much. Bye. Well, guys, we did it. We did another episode. I loved it. I loved being back with you. I missed you too, Nor. Bye. I loved being back with you. I missed you, as Nor said, and it was wonderful. And every time I get on a live with you, I was like, oh, what took me so long? But yeah, I couldn't help it. I'm even doing it on a half desk today. So thank you guys. So when we'll be back again Friday, I want to do a Patreon live to just chat and catch up on some other stuff, not just me, about you guys and any news we hear about The Walking Dead, talk about Denai, talk about uh, Andy, talk about Rick, talk about Michonne, talk about some controversial stuff. So we're gonna. I want to do a Patreon live with you guys. I've never tried it. Maybe I should do a pre-check to see if it can work. But Rashida, you're always rewatching it. You're so sweet. Love you so much, Rashida. Um, but so next Friday we do 7-9, the next episode. I don't know what episode. I'll check to see if it's a episode we want to watch. If not, we'll move on to the next episode. Seven, let me see, 7-9 is what? Rocking the Road. Oh, they attempt to recruit Kingdom and Hilltop. So we'll do 7-9. Rashida says they'll still a buzz saying that it's going to be another season of The Walking Dead. I don't believe them. Yeah, it's up to Andy, and Andy is not, and I don't think he's open to it. You never say never, but as of the last time he talked about it, it didn't seem open to it. But things are getting tough, guys. Things are getting tough economically worldwide, and things are getting tougher in the industry. Jobs are few and far between. So I don't know. Maybe Andy will be willing. I don't know. But this, we know that Denai has a lot coming out this year, and she wants to write. She wants to produce. So I don't know if she will be open to it. But I don't see it happening without Andy. And as of right now, we don't know. Yesteryear, I would say no. But as of right now, we don't know what Andy thinks. No, they want Rick back. They want Rick back because they understand now, Rashida, there's no legitimacy and there's no relevancy with it. There's no relevancy without Rick. And so they want Rick back to give the others relevancy. Yeah, I agree, Cam J. There's no Walking Dead without Andy, period. And there's no Walking Dead without Andy and Denai for me, like you, Cam J. Without Andy and Denai, it's a no for me. And without Andy, period, it's no. And even the Negan, Daryl, and Carol fans know that. They will say otherwise, but it's been proven. There's no relevancy without Rick, and that's why they want Rick back. But they want Rick back without Michelle. because those fans, the Negan, Daryl, Carol fans, are very anti-black. So they don't want Michonne. But will AMC give them their heart's desire? AMC would, because those people, they love Daryl and they love Negan. They love those two characters and they would like to use Rick to give them legitimacy. But without Rick, there's no legitimacy for a Walking Dead reunion. So it would flop. It would be like the spin offs without Rick. So they would do everything to try to get Rick back. And if they got Rick back without Michonne, that's a no for me. So did I, Cam J. I left when she left. I left when she left. So, well, guys, it was a great time, and we'll be back for Rocking the Road on Friday, God willing. I hope you guys have a wonderful week. I'll check in this weekend. If I'm still unpacking. I still have a lot of work to do. But if I get a little time, a little space, I might jump on live here or Patreon. But I want to do a specific Patreon live where it's just us talking. And I have to check with Amazon and put the link for the book so we can get into it. Thank you, Sherry. Thank you. Bye, guys. Have a good night. Bye. See you next week. Thank you, Rashida.